All right, team. Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. Happy Monday. And let's get into it. Yes. Yeah. Welcome. Happy Monday or whatever day it is that you're joining. I'm Midnight and here's another week. We're at it. Doing these pop-up classes. I've been doing them every day, Monday through Friday, this month of July, and it's been feeling good. So gonna keep going now. We're at the end of later half of July, I should say. And hopefully, if you've been practicing with me, maybe your body's feeling a little bit looser, a little bit stronger. This is really just to keep our bodies active and mobile, especially right now. I had a really active lifestyle before this, and just I teach, I train, I dance, I perform, and then being quarantined or sheltered in place, that activity, just kind of everyday activity that I didn't have to really focus on exercising, went away. So these daily movements and doing them earlier in the morning has been really great for my body. Challenging, but not too crazy. Something that we can do, something sustainable. So anyway, but with that being said, we're going to do a yoga-inspired fusion class today. I've been feeling like Mondays, I just like to get the body moving. I'm really enjoying doing these sort of yoga fusion classes on Mondays. So I don't know, maybe we're going to stick with that in the future too, but today we're going for it. If you don't know yoga, that's okay. If you're not a yogi, that's all right. If you're not flexible or anything like that, find your modifications, find wherever you need to. It may help to grab onto a rolled up towel, just like this. This is going to help me with some of my spinal flexion. If you have a yoga block, you can grab something like this. But if you don't have a yoga block, then you can also grab, like a book or something, like a book that you can, maybe a stack of books, just to give you a little extra height on some of these moves. You don't need it, but it just may, again, help you out depending on your body. Kind of figure out what works for you. And this is all about just moving, getting the energy going, and being a daily practice in our lives. So, or almost daily practice, maybe. All right, yay. Let's get into it. We got the sun shining in. It looks like a beautiful day here in Chicago. It's not going to get too hot today, but I think it's supposed to heat up coming up here soon. So we're going to enjoy today. Into your quadruped position, working through some cat-cows. One of my favorite ways to start a movement practice. Everything comes from the spine, right? Like quite a lot of power comes from our spine. We need our core, our torso to be nice, loose, and limber. Get all the other muscles, all the other limbs working. Shake it side to side like a happy dog, wagging your tail. Don't move too quickly here. And this might be the first movement you're doing of the day. You just want to warm things up. Cue your body that it's time to work a little bit. It's time to enjoy this morning, this day here we have. You're gonna breathe to the center, curl the toes under, hover the knees, push into your hands, hold, just breathe. Shift your weight forward and back, just slightly. Now imagine like you have something balancing on your back. So as I lift forward, I'm not piking my hips up in the air. I still push through my shoulders, draw the belly button in, lengthen through the crown of the head. If this ever becomes too much, set the knees down and do the same forward and back movement right here. Just starting to get those muscles, get those joints, connective tissues, everything just being a little woken up here. Yeah, last one, good. Bring it back down into your disco poodle. Circle the head and the hips around. There's a section that you need a little extra time in. Oh, it's right there for me. Hang in it a little bit longer. Move with intention through all of these movements. Circle other way if you haven't switched already. I've said this before in my classes, that approaching movement not as a way to punish ourselves or judge or shame ourselves, but a celebration. We're really trying to get a deeper connection with our body. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees up again, one more time, shifting forward and back, pressing the shoulders. So we're building a relationship. We're continuing to build a relationship with our bodies. So to think of it like when you're building a relationship with any other person, try and do it with a little gentleness, some patience, some grace, kindness, getting to know ourselves, getting to know our limits too. So pike the hips up, first down dog of the day, walk out those heels, downward dog. Press your weight into the L shape of your hand. So weight is going to be mostly into the thumb, pointer finger, and that space in between. And straighten your arms, lengthen them, push the floor away from you. Soften through the knees, lengthen the heels down, and press your chest and ears through the biceps. Pushing your chest back behind, extending your tailbone up towards the ceiling. It's going to deepen the stretch. I really feel that in the back of my calves, back of my legs. Shift it to that hovered knee position. So you shift your weight forward, keep the knees hovered. You shift back into the down dog, pressing the floor away from you. Shift it down, hover the knees. If you need to set your knees all the way down, go for it. Otherwise, we're just doing that little pause, pressing back and coming forward. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Hands are about shoulder width apart. So not too wide here. 2 more. Last one. Hold the hips up, down dog. Again, if you need to adjust your feet or anything, go for it here. Pressing away, lengthening through the spine. And sit down to a child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes really touching, hips sink down towards the heels. Stretch your arms overhead, give yourself a gentle sway side to side. Child's pose. This is your position that you go into whenever you need to take a break. Just to relax yourself down. I like to have my knees out wide. If you prefer to have your knees in and fold over, totally fine. It's whatever feels best to your body. If you want to have your hands back behind you, you can too. All right. Let's get into it. Let's start to flow. All right. Full disclosure, I am not a yoga instructor. I have been practicing yoga for many, many years. I am not a yoga instructor. I'm a certified Pilates trainer, and Pilates does take a lot of yoga. Tuck your toes under, put yourself up into a plank position. But if you are wanting a traditional yoga sequencing, probably not going to find that here, but we're still going to find a flow. So we're going to work through some things and get a little Pilates thrown in as well. So holding this nice plank position. If you need the knees down, put the knees down. Good. Push back into your downward dog. Press. Bend the knees slightly. Look forward. And do everyone just walk your feet forward. Hang out in a forward fold here. Give yourself a little sway side to side. Bend the knees slightly. Lift up into a halfway hold. To straighten out the back. And it's that tilt of the pelvis. We're not rounding the spine here. We're lengthening the tailbone back behind us. Think like you're bowing. It's really hinging at the hips. Pressing into your shins if you can. Pull the shoulder blades back. Draw the belly in. I know a lot to think about. Come all the way back down. Let's just work that halfway lift a couple more times. Pull the shoulder blades back, lengthen out long, hold. And you have something balancing on your back. You don't want to knock it off. You don't want to round the spine to let it fall off either. Lower back down. One more, halfway lift. And really pull the belly in, otherwise that lower back could start to ache. So suck the belly in like there's a flame underneath your belly, and you're lifting it up off of that flame without rounding your back. You come all the way down, slight bend in the knees, lift all the way up. Hold at the top, you can face this way. Grab onto one wrist and stretch up and over. Feet are about maybe an inch apart is what feels comfortable to me. If you want them zipped all the way up, you can. Which other way? If you want them to be hip width apart, it's all right too. Nice big lengthen, good. Reach all the way up, reach back through the crown of the head, not arching the back, really lifting from that upper back. Breastbone goes up towards the ceiling. Dive yourself all the way down, the face back onto the mat. Halfway lift again. Pull the shoulder blades back. Hands go down, step back into a plank position. Right, working through our first little vinyasa flow. Bend the elbows. If you need to, drop down to your knees. Bend the elbows, let them skim by your side. Go as slow as you can for 4, 3, 2. Chest goes all the way down onto the ground, untuck the toes. Little baby cobra. Hands down, pull the chest forward, reach through the heart. Pull the belly button in. Now see if you can float the hands off here. So you're not really pushing up with the hands. You're using your back muscles to engage and lift up. And come back down. One more like that, lifting up, pulling back. Draw the elbows back behind you. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Come down. Good. One more, but if you want to, lift up a little bit higher. Draw the shoulder blades down. Pull the belly button in. Now you can push yourself up with the hands. Wait, come all the way down. Push yourself back up to quadruped or plank or modified plank, whatever you need. Tuck the toes under, push back into a downward dog. Walk out those heels. All right, let's start to add a little bit of twisting to this. So step the feet out, a little bit wider than hip width distance. Take one hand and reach towards that opposite leg. So you're giving yourself a little twist through the spine. If you can, grab onto the calf, grab onto the ankle, and use your hand on your leg as leverage to spiral your chest underneath your arm. Look up under your armpits. Feel that stretch through the spine. Might feel really good. It feels really good after a night of sleeping. My spine gets stiff. Good, come center, switch other side. Cross under, spiral. I'm really pushing through that other arm too. So I'm having to stabilize with the arm that's still overhead, pressing it into the ground, weight into that L-shaped position of the hand. Reaching the tailbone back. Yeah, bring it back center. All right. Step your feet together. Lift one leg back behind. Again, if you need to, drop down child's pose at any time. I know this can be a lot into the hands. Stack the hips, bend the knee, and push your heel back behind you. And getting that kind of rotation of the spine, drawing the heel back behind. Try and keep the shoulders square now. Now the hips are moving and opening. Breathe. And switch over to the other side. Just that much. We'll add on to these things in the next time we go around. Just find that rotation of the spine. Yeah, bring it all the way down. All right, down to your knees, flip it over onto your back. Grab on to your little rolled up towel if you need it and put it right behind your, maybe a few inches away from your tailbone where your sacrum, your lower back is gonna be. Curl yourself down about halfway and curl yourself up. So this just gives you an extra leverage, an extra boost to lean back into. You don't need it. You can absolutely be here. I can't curl back as far without it though. It's definitely gonna help me when we start going into our full roll-ups. A couple more. If this is feeling easy to you, try crossing your arms over, put your hands behind your head. I definitely can't go back as far doing that. So again, you gotta find what works for your body. Tuck the pelvis under. I have a tail, curling it between my legs, sucking the belly button in. All right, go all the way down to the ground. Extend the legs, reach the arms overhead, roll ups. Curl yourself up, pull the belly button in, roll up, keep the roundness of your spine, curl yourself back down. 2 more just like that. We are articulating through the spine. We're trying to go as slow as we can, digging through those sticky spots, those little areas where it feels like, ugh, I can't roll up in that area. Trying to dig into those spaces. 1 more. I know, I hate roll-ups. They are one of my Least favorite, but means I need to be doing them more thing in Pilates and in yoga. Good. Take that towel out from underneath you into a bit of our ab series. Pull one knee in towards the chest and switch, single leg stretch. Switch, 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 switch. Keep going. Now try to do it with no hands and pull that knee in just as tight. Hands can go behind the head as well. Oh, that's so much harder on the abs for me. I don't know about you. Double leg stretch. Both knees hug in. Extend out long. Circle, tuck back in. As I tuck back in, I'm using my hands to tuck my tailbone up. If you can, lift that tailbone up off of the floor. Now do the same thing and try to do it without your arms. Tuck in. Lengthen out, scoop, tuck in. Lengthen out, scoop, tuck. Two more. Scoop, tuck, use those abs. Last one. Good, legs go up, upper body crunch. Just lift and lower. Keep a gap between chin and chest. Feeling those abs. Feeling that core. Hold the head up, lower the legs down, lift the legs up. We got 6 of these total. Squeeze under thighs together. If you need to, you can drop the head down. How far can you lower down, keeping the lower back planted onto the mat? Ooh, try and go to that limit. Go to that space where you're like, oh, I can't go any further. See if you can hold there for maybe a second and come back up again. Got one more. Yes, relax it all the way down. Nice work. Rock and roll yourself forward and back. Come all the way up to sitting. A couple rolling like a balls, just because we're going to use this a little bit later. Grab onto your ankles, round the spine. Inhale on the way back. Exhale up, try and find your balance at the top. Inhale back. Exhale up. We're trying to get through that sticky spot, and mine's about here, where it kind of chunks down. So that's where I'm really trying to focus on rounding the spine. Massage through that part of the spine. If this feels easy, try doing this with your arms wrapped around, grab onto the elbows. I am not able to do this. I'll show you what it looks like when I try. I get about there, and then I come down. And that may happen to you too. That is all right. Again, finding what works in your body. Good. Hold at the top. Plant your feet down. See if you can bring yourself forward. Back a little bit. Bring yourself forward. See if you can come up onto your feet. Come back down. My knees are wide. Coming up and lowering down. This takes some hip mobility, hip flexibility. You may not be able to do this. Maybe you have your hands down and they're just helping you. They're helping you lean forward and lean back. That little help of a lift. And back. 2 more. 1 more. However you can, get yourself up over your feet. Hold. Hands come down onto the mat. You give yourself a little stretch out of the knees. Plant the hands down. Lift the hips up to a forward fold. Face this way again. Let's get back into a little bit of that flow. Halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. All the way down. Bend the knees, lift all the way up. Grab onto one wrist, stretch it up and over. Try to find your balance there. You come all the way up, stretch over to the other side. Lengthen. Come up, cactus the arms, open up through the heart, lift through the breastbone. All the way up, dive yourself down. Halfway lift. Exhale, come down, plant the hands, step or jump yourself back into a plank position. Lower yourself down, either all the way to the mat or hover the body, then lift yourself up into an up dog. The thighs are up off of the floor, lifting up through the heart, pull the belly button in. Tuck the toes, lift yourself up into downward dog. Give yourself a moment, breathe. Pedal out the feet. Step the feet together. One leg lifts up back behind you. Open up the hip, that big stretch to the hip. Circle the knee down, up, and open. And circles down, lifts up, open the hip. 2 more. Down, up, open. Last one. Circle. Good. Square the hips, lift the leg up towards the ceiling. Hold here. You might feel a big stretch, I do, in that standing leg calf. Breathe here for a moment. Draw the knee in towards the chest, shift yourself into a plank position, hold. Round the spine, try and lift that knee in, just like we did in a single leg stretch with our back on the ground. You're pulling that knee in with your abs. Lift back up again. It's that same exact movement, only now it's harder because we're in a plank. Pull it in, draw that knee and use the abs, crunch, 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 crunch. 2 more, lift up, draw in. 1 more, lift up, draw in, hold. Set that foot down, wiggle it in between your hands if you need to, lengthen your stance if you need to. Give yourself that nice long runner's lunge. Now push yourself forward so you're on the tippy toes of that back foot. Really pressing yourself forward, knee over the second and third toenail. Pull the belly button in, try to work your way up, maybe going all the way up without hands. So this nice stretch and lengthen. It's a lot in this front leg. You're reaching that back leg, trying to straighten it, keep the hips square. I know it's a lot to think about. Good. Bring yourself all the way up. Spiral this back foot so it's now parallel to that back edge. Bring yourself back down to a warrior 2 position. Make sure you push this knee out so it doesn't start to collapse in. Sink down into that leg as far as you can. You have a nice open position with your arms gazing over the front middle finger. I can feel this starting to burn into this leg. Holding here, good. Straighten the leg, bend the knee. Straighten the leg, bend the knee. Yeah. Straighten and bend. 2 more. Straighten and bend. Last one. Straighten, bend, hold. Reverse, lift up, feel that big stretch. Back hand can go onto your thigh and your calf. Other hand reaches up and over, big lateral side bend. Spiral the hands all the way down. Frame that back foot. Back foot lifts up, option to keep it up for your little vinyasa flow. Bend the elbows, lift up into your up dog or cobra. Push back into your down dog. All right, that was a lot of stuff going on. You didn't get all of it, that's okay. Take a breath. We get another chance to try on this other side. And the more you do this, the more it'll start to flow. And you know what? Every day is different. Some days it flows a little bit better for me than others. So, don't judge it. We're building that relationship with ourselves. Drop down to a child's pose if you ever need to. Lift the other leg up back behind you. Let the hips open up. Big circles. Circle down, around. Lift up, open. Circle down, around. Lift, press. Drawing a big giant, almost like a thought bubble or a word bubble. It's a big circle around, and I slice it back open with the hip. Square the hips back down, draw the knee in towards the chest, plank position, hold. Draw that belly button in. Lift back up again, just like we did that single leg stretch with our back on the ground. Can you pull that knee in a little bit tighter, not using the hands, just using the abs. Push through the arms, push through the shoulders. 2 more. Last one. Bring it in, hold. Set that foot down. Square the hips. Give yourself a little moment. Push yourself forward so you have the back toes. Pull the belly in, find your balance. Maybe use your hands, help walk yourself up. Then taking your lift all the way up. No hands. This hip may want to open already. Like warrior 2, don't let it. Keep it pressed forward for right now. Burning that front leg, so pushing off of those back toes. Lifting up to the heart. Straighten that leg, and now you can turn that foot out. Bend yourself back in to your warrior 2. You need to widen the stance or narrow the stance. We want to make sure, I'm guilty of this, we never bend this knee enough. Really bend that front knee a little bit more. I know, it's going to burn into that leg. Give yourself a little break if you ever need to. Pull the belly in. Gaze over that middle finger and try and find some breath and softness. Straighten the front leg. Oh, that feels good. Bend it back down. Can you bend deeper? Ooh, straighten it up. Can you bend a little bit deeper? Even if it's only in your mind. As long as you're trying, you're working. Don't worry what it actually looks like. Focus on how it feels and your intention behind it. Hold this one down, reverse, come up, lift up and over. So bending into that front knee. Spiral the hands, windmill the hands all the way down. Lift that back leg up, option keep it lifted, going into a little vinyasa flow. Back up to your down dog. Ooh. Bend the knees, jump, step, hop the feet in, and then lower yourself down. See if you can do the no hands version all the way down your tailbone. Just see. Again, maybe it doesn't happen today. That's okay. Good. Lower yourself. Actually, hold into a teaser. So if you need to, grab back onto that. Back onto our rolled up towel. Lift up to tabletop. This is also like boat pose in yoga. So we call this tabletop teaser in Pilates. Straighten the legs. Reach the arms up so the arms are parallel to the legs. Full teaser. Lower yourself down slow and controlled. You're trying to keep your toes in line with your nose. I have to flex my feet though because I don't have the space. So your heels and your head hit at the same time. It's the goal. Doesn't always happen, but that's the goal. And curl yourself back up again. Try to lift everything up as one unit. Ooh, like that balance at the top. Open through the heart at the top. Curl yourself back down. Now, if you need or want extra spice to this, try and keep the arms overhead the whole time. I'm not sure I can do that, but you would try to keep your biceps by your ears the whole time and then reach forward. And same thing curling down. Oh, that's so much harder because we have more weight pouring back behind us. 2 more. Breathe. Last one. Dig into those abs. Curl yourself up. Good. Move the towel out of the way if you have it. Roll yourself all the way down. Nice work. Grab onto one leg. Extend it long. Give yourself a little stretch. Plant the other foot down. A couple single leg circles. Down around. Stop at the top. Down around. Stop. Control this movement and quiet your body. Circle other way. So not about how big the circle is. It's about how still you can keep your body planting your muscles into the floor. Hold. Grab onto your leg. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Scissor kicks. Single scissor kicks. Just switch. 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 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on to the other leg. Lower yourself all the way down. Give yourself a little stretch. And single leg circles. Down around. Pause at the top. Down around. Pause. Reach through that top toe. Circle other way. We're kind of flowing through these exercises. Just do the best you can. Good. Hold. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Scissors with a twist. Crisscross scissors. If that doesn't feel good, you can take it to a regular crisscross. Otherwise, try doing it with straight legs. Still twisting the body as deep as you can. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it all the way down. Cross your feet over. Give yourself a gentle rock and roll, forward and back. Come up. See, with no hands, if you can come up and over your feet. And you have that cross-legged position. And this way you can see. That might feel easier. It might feel more difficult. Pull yourself back, switch to the other side, and see if you can lift yourself up. You may need to use your hands. Roll back, rolling like a ball, switch. Then you use the hands to bring yourself up. Just see. Maybe you're just working on getting yourself to roll. 1 more each way. Last one. We're going to try to hold up on our feet. Hold, find that position. Plant the hands down. Jump, hop, or step yourself back into your plank position. It's back this way. Lift up, down dog. Bend the knee slightly. Look in between your hands. Jump, hop yourself forward or step yourself forward. Halfway lift. Pull the belly in. all the way down. Bend the knees slightly, come all the way up. One more time to flow. Grab on to one wrist, reach it over, stick that hip out in the opposite direction. So we go a little bit deeper this time. Come up, over the other way, stick the hip out, press. Come up, interlace the hands, point your finger, Charlie's Angel style. Lift up to the heart, reach back. Open up, dive yourself down. Halfway lift. All the way down, plant the hands, jump, step, hop yourself back, plank position, lower down into your chaturanga, your up dog, cobra, all the way back to your down dog. All meet there. Feet step together. Lift one leg up back behind you. Kick the leg out to the side. So open up the hip, bring the leg about hip height, kick it to the side, and bring it back. Kick it to the side, and back. Kick side. Back. 3 more. Kick. Last 2. Last one. Hold it to the side. Hold. Your little lifts up. Now it's kind of a funky little position. Lift, 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 lift. Hold it. Swing the leg back behind. Bend the knee. If you want to flip yourself all the way over into your wild thing, you drop that leg back behind and reach the arm overhead. Otherwise, just go to that bent knee position. Open up the hips. Bring the hand back down. Kick the leg up. Thread it through the gap. Other hand lifts up. Push your hips up towards the sky. You know, some fancy moves there. You got it. Hand goes back down, lift back up to that 3-legged dog. Good. Bring it down. Give yourself a little walkout if you need to. Other leg goes up. Open up the hip, kick it to the side. Like you're karate kicking. Toes facing forward. Draw the belly button in. Pressing, try to keep that leg lifted. Last one, hold it side. Little lifts up. Lift, lift, lift. Get into those hips. Press through the shoulders. Hold it. Swing that leg all the way up. Bend the knee. If you want to, you can flip it over. Reach up into your wild thing. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. Hand comes back down. Bring that leg up. Thread it through. Super crazy little kind of breakdancing moves. Other hand goes up. So you absolutely don't have to. You can just stick in a plank and just try crossing the knee over. Hand goes down, back up to that 3-legged dog. Bring it back down again. Bend the knees. Look in between the hands. Jump, hop. Step yourself forward. Halfway lift. Come all the way down. Bend the knees. Come all the way up. Good. We're going to go through one little leg flow again. So step that leg back. Keep the arms overhead. Bend the back knee down. And lift back up. Just that, like we're doing split squats. Not like we are doing split squats. But lift the arms overhead. Or keep the biceps by the ears, which may be really hard to do. So if you need to, unclasp the hands. Keep the hips square. Squeeze that back glute. Hold this one down. Hold. Open up through the heart. Lift up a little bit higher. Good. Come back up to center. Twist. Hand. Same hand as the leg that's front is going to swing, look back behind. Yeah. Now, so you can push yourself forward. Straighten out that back leg. More weight into the front leg. Good. Bring it back forward. Keep the front leg bent. Back leg straight. Just bend the back knee. Back knee down, straight. So front leg stays bent the whole time. Yeah, legs. 2 more. Last one. Straighten both legs out. Hands go around that front leg. You can hop this back leg in a little bit. Give yourself a stretch. I like to swivel my hips here and shake them side to side like we did at the very beginning of this class. Good. Step this back foot back. Hang out in a forward fold. Bend the knee slightly. Lift up halfway. all the way down. Keep the knees bent, lift all the way up. Switch over to the other side. Hands together overhead if you can. Split squat, down and up. Keep reaching those hands back behind you. So this should be work for your shoulders as well as your legs. If you have good shoulder mobility, then keep pressing the hands back, pressing the arms back. So find that resistance in your body. Last one, hold it down. Good. Reach yourself back and up. Give yourself a twist. Reach back, push that back leg straight, more weight into the front leg. Hold. Spiral the belly, suck the core in. Good, bring it back center, reach the arms overhead. Just the back leg. Down, press, down, press. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Yes. Hands go around that front leg, straighten out the front leg if you need to. Shorten the stance, give your hips a little sway side to side. Ooh, awesome work. Step the feet together. Give yourself a little forward fold, shake it out, whatever you need to do. All right, last little things we're gonna do. Go to our standing position, roll back up to standing. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna shift this a little bit. All of those things combined together. You can either cross your feet over or you can keep your feet together, whatever feels most comfortable. Lower yourself down, try not to use your hands. If you need to, you can. Roll yourself back. If you have crossed legs, you can switch over to the other side, bring it up, and stand it all the way up. May not be the prettiest. Down, switch, come up, and up. Or if you're just doing feet together, just do the feet together, roll back, roll up, and up. You can grab onto the legs. You can try doing the no hands version. Go wherever you need to go. Just a few more of these. If you're like, nope, this isn't my thing, then just hang out child's pose or meet us on our backs. Last one. Come up. Good. Bring yourself all the way down. Lay all the way down onto your back. Woo. Nice work. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. Take a deep inhale, exhale. If you want to go into a full plow position, also known as rollover in Pilates, take the feet up, reach them overhead. If that does not feel accessible to you, you can take that towel again, just prop it underneath your tailbone and reach the legs up towards the ceiling, just so your tailbone gets a little bit of a lift. You can also bend your knees. You can go to happy baby pose, whatever you need, but give yourself a little bit of inversion therapy, getting the legs over the head. And if you're in that plow, you can kind of swivel the hips again side to side. I really like to do that to loosen up the back. Got a couple more breaths here wherever you are. Release it all the way down. Yes. All right, one last push for our core. End it with some Pilates. We made it the whole way through without doing it. You know we got to end with it. It's our 100. I know everyone. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, pump the arms. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 10. In, out, 2, 3, 4, 20. Keep going. Out, 2, 3, 4, 30. Squeeze inner thighs together. Out, 2, 3, 4, 40. Keep driving that belly button in. Out, 2, 3, 4, 50. Halfway there, if you lower the legs any lower. Out, 2, 3, 4, 60. Can you curl the shoulders up any higher? Out, 2, 3, 4, 70. 3 more. Ooh, I feel my core burning. 80. In. Out, 2, 3, 4, 90. Last one. Out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Bend the knees in. Sway it side to side. Nice work. Lay it all the way down. Just let those feet flop open to the side. Legs go long. Draw the shoulders underneath you. Feel the heaviness of your body into the mat. Whew, just take a moment, close your eyes, breathe into your body. Let that energy settle. Let that workout start to sink in. Draw one knee in towards your chest. Let it fall across the body. Go to spinal twist. Swing out the torso. Rotation, so good for us. Re-nourish the body. Reach to a figure 4 stretch. Stretch out that hip. If you need to do more stretches, please do. Listen to your body. If there's some section that feels a little extra tight, crunchy, give it some extra attention before you move on with the rest of your day. Might as well, right? Other leg. You've gone through all of this. Might as well take an extra minute to do what your body really needs to at the end. Spinal twist. Feel the heaviness of your muscles into the mat. Cross over to your figure 4. Giving yourself that moment of gratitude, that moment of thanks for making it here today, showing up here today, finding some flow, challenging yourself. Bring it down, round through those heels, and then bring the knees together. So you're in kind of a knock-kneed position. If this doesn't feel good, just come all the way back down to a laying down position. Just kind of see how that feels. Just let everything release inward. Reach the arms overhead, cactus the arms, pull the belly button in and keep the spine onto the floor. Lifting overhead, then cactusing down. We usually do this work in Pilates on the wall, but it's really nice and accessible to do it on the floor and still good for us. Open up the chest. 2 more, threading up, carving down. Last one, threading up, carving down. Hold here, that cactus position with the arms, pressing back, keep drawing the belly in. Roll it onto your side. Gently push yourself all the way up and come to just a nice seated position. Ground down through the sit bones, sit up as tall as you can into our boss pose. I always like to end with that. Clasp the hands behind the head, open up through the heart. We gotta open up that chest before we spend the rest of the day maybe slouching over, hunching over. No judgment on that. We all do that. Good. Stack the head back onto the spine. So sit up as tall as you can. Find that good posture here and now. Use your hands to pull the head. Give yourself some traction in the neck. Release it down. Hands together. Fluff our aura. Putting gratitude, positive energy, all of your intentions into your hands. Little shake out. Cross up top. In the middle. Down low. Lift the energy up. And let it pour down. All right. That was it. That was our yoga-inspired flow Pilates fusion class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got your body moving. It's a little challenging. We did some fancy moves in there, but way to keep with it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, if you have any requests, and I will be continuing to do these pop-up classes. I say pop-up because I don't have an exact time of when I'm going to do them. I always try to do them a little bit earlier in the day, though. Monday through Friday for the rest of July. So if you have any special requests, let me know. I have past ones, and a lot of times we do themes. So we did like a side body one, we did a yoga block restore one, we did a disco bar one. So let me know. I would love to hear what you want to see in here. Connect with us on social media, connect with us on our website, Patreon, all of those good things. Just keep in touch with us if you feel so inspired, but that way you will be up to date about all of our upcoming classes, all the stuff going on, and we'll keep you posted as we go into August. So things might be changing up a little bit, just depending on work situations and life, everything that's going on out there. So we'll definitely keep you posted, but at least through July, we will be having these pop-up classes Monday through Friday, and then doing the dance classes on Wednesday, and then the extra classes on Saturday. So lots going on. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day. Happy Monday, or again, whenever you're joining. I hope you have a really great rest of your day. Enjoy the weather out there if it's nice. Even if it's not nice, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you next time. All right, friends. Bye.
to come.